We are here with a glorious human being. I cannot wait for you to meet her. A Texan. She is a Texan,
Right.
and her rock and country music is. And she's got a single out called Diamond Country. We're going to talk about that. But welcome, Whitney Miller. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. Having a good morning here and happy to be here with you.
You know, I was did a deep dive on and everything I could find on you. And I said, oh my God, there's this one phrase I said, from tiaras to tap outs. And I mean, a pageant winner, former Miss United States, and then a kickboxing champion of all things, and a pro athlete, par none. I mean, tell us how that all started for you, and to go from Texas pageants, we get that part,
right?
But the kickboxing, how did that start?
You know, I when I look back at my life, I feel like I've lived so many different lives. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I went into pageants, and that was just kind of off of a whim as well, and wanted to try that because a friend of mine was doing it. So I said, okay, I'll give it a go. And my main thing was like, just go in there and be yourself. And that seemed to work out, which is great. But then, you know, when I was handing over my crown as Miss United States, I'm the type of person that pushes the boundaries. I'm always like looking over the edge to see what's going on, what can we change. And my whole goal was to not only challenge myself in a really crazy way, but also challenge everyone else's idea of what a pageant winner is or Miss United States is. So I went into fighting, and I went to full fight camp in Thailand, which was super extreme. I did fight camp out in Santa Monica with bronze medalist Tony Jeffries, and then ended up taking a boxing match, winning that. And then I've done a bunch of jiu-jitsu tournaments. I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And then from all of that, decided to start doing commentating for kickboxing for a while.
It's just brilliant how you've done that. And it's always this message of be strong from your very core all the way out. And you brought that into your music. Because I feel a lot of strength in your music. Let's talk about this. People say pop country, but for some people, but rock country is really yours because there's an edge to it.
Yes, thank you. That's what it's about for me. Is, you know, I love pop music, I love traditional country music, but like I said, you can't put me into a box. So country music is what I do, but it's country rock with some pop in it. And that's really what my music sounds like in this new single, Diamond Country, that we just launched. Is edgy. It's loud, it's in your face, it's over the top, and it's just a really fun kind of anthem-y song that I thought would be a great way to kind of come out into the music industry, because it is a part of me. It is the person that pushes the boundaries and doesn't play it safe, and that's what this song is really all about.
It's one of the first country songs I've ever heard that would sound great as a fight entrance song.
Ooh.
Can you imagine? I know. I said, you could walk out into the ring with that playing, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, that's just incredible.
There we go. I like it.
Well, you can find your music anywhere you find your music. It's ready right now. Diamond Country is the name of the new single. I want to talk to you while you're there. listening to stuff, wherever you're listening, those same platforms have a very cool podcast. Talk about no boundaries, true sex and wild love.
Yes. Yeah. So we don't actually do that podcast anymore, but you can still listen to it. I had a co-host, Dr. Wednesday Martin, who's a social scientist and specializes in female sexuality. And she's just brilliant. And so we wanted to host a podcast and bring on experts in all things love, sex, and relationships, and just really give a, controversial, but also just like no holds barred take on it. Because I feel like that's not something that we get a lot today. And so we wanted the science. We wanted also just open and honest conversations around all of the topics. And it was so much fun. It was truly like I learned so much from doing that podcast, and definitely something I look back on with just total admiration that we did that.
How in the world did you get to be so well-rounded? Because you're like the facets of a diamond. You really are diamond country, because there's a lot of facets to you, and wherever you look, and the more facets you shine in all of those arenas. Did you, as a little girl in Texas, did you think you were going to be a broadcaster, that you would be fighting around the world, singing on big stages?
No, I always wanted to sing. I knew that there was something that I wanted to do. I just didn't quite know what that path looked like getting there. And honestly, it was one of my biggest fears was singing. I was told when I was 10 years old from someone very close that I couldn't sing. And probably at that time I couldn't sing, right? I was 10 and I was just having a good time, but I really internalized that and took it to heart. Wow. And it completely shut me down to where I could not sing. It was something that I physically could not do. My body would go into like fight or flight mode and just clam up. And so that was something I had to work on a lot. But as a kid, my parents would always tell me, oh, Whitney's going to go off and do what she wants to do. Like they would give me instruction, but I would always be like, is that really, I can't take your word for it. I got to go try it. So I think that was kind of the mentality that I've had throughout my life of, I just want to try it. I just want to know what it's like. I want to know how it feels or what it tastes like or how I'm going to respond to it, and just live my life in that way and not take it for granted, but also not take, people's words for it. I just want to try it all on my own.
Well, I would encourage everybody to listen to Whitney Miller, but do a deep dive, because if you've got a little girl, your message, you're more than music, you're a message. Because what I really saw from you is, because I was one of those little girls that they said, you can't sing, and I loved it when I graduated from college on a full paid scholarship in voice, that I thought, I'm so glad that they told me that I couldn't sing, because that made me go more. And what you and your message and the way you teach and the way that you put that message out there it's cool. So they might not get it from a parent, they might not get it from a classroom, but watching you, there's a bunch of little girls right now that can be watching you and saying, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. If they tell me no, I can still kick through the door.
Yes. Oh, wow. I mean, I take that as a huge compliment, because that's really how I try to live my life. I want to give people permission to live and do and play and have their life as exactly how they want to. Not because I said they need to do it one way, or not because someone else says they need to do it one way. It's like, what sets your heart on fire? Follow that, try that, go for it. We have this one life. Now is the time to do it.
Now, are you writing music as well as singing?
I am. Yes. I co-wrote Diamond Country. I'm co-writing all of my music except for one. I went to a writer's round recently and heard this song called Nobody, and basically begged the artist for it and the writer for it. And I got it. So that'll be out next year. But outside of that, everything I've written myself.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to challenge, because I'm a songwriter too. You just said a songwriting idea, and everybody, this is Whitney's, so it's hers. I want you to write what sets your heart on fire.
Oof.
I want you to write that, because that's an important idea. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm the songwriting mama of this town. And so when the song mother hears an idea, it's like, you better go write that, because you just said it. It came right out of your mouth. And I went, oh my gosh, what a beautiful way to live life.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to hear those songs too. So you guys write them, tag us, let us know. I want to hear
it. Well, Whitney, thank you for your time today. You are a wonderful inspiration. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Devin. Really appreciate it.
I want to be climate sensitive, and I think most farmers do, most people do. A high productive herd or a high productive operation has a lot less of an environmental or carbon impact. One of the first things we did was we put in milk meters so that we had daily milk weights. So that gave us better information and better data on a daily basis. This past few years, we've added the robotic milkers, so we're trying to transition over to some of that technology as well. The robotic technology is a free flow system, so we train cows to use the technology, and pretty much a robot cleans, milks, and does all that part. But what it really does is give the cow a lot more freedom to do what she wants to do. So she'll milk when she wants to milk, feed when she wants to feed, rest when she wants to rest. Most of our cropland, we're recycling back what the cows produce from a waste standpoint. We use very little commercial fertilizer, and we're able to just basically make that the cycle. We're adding sand in barns for bedding, and then we're removing that as it goes out the waste stream. So we're separating and then pushing those nutrients back out to where they came from. So what my goal has been is to educate and basically just be transparent. What we do, why we do it. I mean, we're basically in the energy business. We're growing energy to produce food. That's what we're doing, and food's energy. So we've been in the energy business. That first dairy is out there trying to be carbon neutral. Most farmers want to leave the farm as well or better than they found it.
There is nothing quite like a state fair, and the Wilson County/Tennessee State Fair, well, you'll be transported back in time. From the antique car show to the agricultural exhibits, where the 4-H and FFA students get to show off their hard work.
Trying to help out with the fair and help the ag community.
Well, there's just something about a fair that takes you back to your childhood. And when you go, you better go on an empty stomach.
We already got this is top on the list here.
Bourbon and teriyaki chicken.
What are you making?
Fried rice. Yeah.
How is that fair food?
It is fair food.
The temptation of tasty treats is all along the midway. It's crazy how just the aroma of sausage and chicken on a stick can make your mouth water, even if you're not hungry. And it makes it hard to narrow down your selection. But one sure bet, the roasted corn.
This is very buttery and very sweet, and it's... This is delicious. This is good.
It's light butter, not heavy butter at all, but very sweet and very juicy. Just wonderful.
It was good to the last kernel.
All right, so I know when you come to the fair, you definitely want to eat fair food, right? I mean, I would love to have sausage on a stick or a turkey leg or a funnel cake. But you know what? I have been asked to be a judge at the apple pie bake-off. So I banked all my calories for these delicious apple pies. Let's see how they taste. Wow. All right, here's the deal. Like, I want to eat the whole thing. But I know I got 5 other pies to get to, yeah.
So I know you're jealous that I get asked to judge the apple pie bake-off. And you should be, because even a less than first place finish is still a good apple pie. Each pie is different. some more traditional than others. My judging partner is Tennessee Congressman John Rose and a former state agriculture commissioner. He and I both agree that this is not going to be an easy task, picking a winner. But about 15 bites later, and maybe even a few more bites than that since I overindulged in what I considered my favorite pie, we do have a winner.
Shelby Watkins, Nashville.
Congrats, Shelby. It was a very delicious pie. In Lebanon, Tennessee, I'm Tammy Arender for RFD TV.
Thanks to Tammy Arender for letting us use those segments, and we love sharing those stories with you. But I got to tell you, our own Joe Dubin got to go and judge the banana pudding contest, and the winner of that, look at this sweet lady in the middle, that is Miss Jean Baines. And Miss Jean Baines is 90 years young, and she won the banana pudding competition. And it went over so well that our friends over at Shop Springs Creamery decided to make an ice cream, banana pudding ice cream, all thematically, just like Miss Jean's banana pudding. And guess what? Shop Springs sold out of banana pudding like immediately. It looked so good. They've got a bunch of new fall flavors over at Shop Springs. And right now, until the end of the month, they've got the corn maze through October 30th. It's there on Sparta Pike. It's the Watertown exit. Take a right if you're heading out of town. The admission is only $8 per person. 5 years and under are free. And look at this sweet young lady. She won the first of the corn chucking competition. She hit the bullseye right on the money. They have all sorts of competitions and fun things for kids to do. And we love sharing about the corn mazes and all the good stuff. And Elizabeth said that something about Whitney reminds her of my sister Faith. And I said, she kind of does. I do see that. I absolutely see that. My little sister right now is in South Carolina, doing a new movie that's going to be out next season. And so I'm excited. And she took my mama along. Mama Pat is a dialogue coach for her. And I think that's kind of cool. Leslie, how are you this morning? Good morning to Steve Burney. I'm so glad that you are here. Happy Monday to you. And yeah, her eyes do look like Faith's. I really do. I agree with you. Well, we're going to head now. There is an organization in Clarksville that met up last week, and they do a big ride. It's for bikers and bikers doing good things. And the organization is Bikers Who Care. And they have been meeting up. And I didn't realize how old this organization was until I actually saw a recap of the whole weekend brought to us by our friends in Clarksville. And there's an organization that has a little webisode series called Biker Dad. And we're going to play a little bit of that first episode from them, of Bikers Who Care. You can also read about this in Main Street, Clarksville. Bikers just descended upon the city and raised money for something very important. Over 1,000 bikers showed up, everybody carrying a toy for their toy drive for Christmas. Isn't that amazing? They're that far ahead. All of them brought a toy, so at least 1,000 toys for kids, but they're doing a lot more than that. Let's head to Clarksville.
My friend April Violet, Miss Heels on Wheels, is here with me, and we're at a big event in Central Tennessee to help kids. Tell us about it.
Chris, what we did was we partnered with the Bent Wrench Roadhouse. It was a biker bar that we fell in love with, and Bikers Who Care, which is an organization that's been around for 41 years. They've got about 200 members, and they do a big toy run in September, but they sponsor Camp Rainbow, and it's a camp that is specializing for seriously ill children. Everything is custom, so these kids can come have a summer like, kids that are not ill. So we decided, why not have a concert? I mean, come on, everybody likes a concert. So we brought Miss Jasmine Kane, that's who you hear in the background, getting ready to go back on stage. And proceeds all benefit Camp Rainbow.
So the Bikers Who Care started, this is our 41st year. So in year one, 41 years ago, some of the old school bikers that are still in the club had a party, and they made $300. profit from having a party, and they were trying to figure out what to do. And one of the members, Booger, he happened to be reading the newspaper, and in the newspaper it was the beginning of Camp Rainbow, and he suggested, hey, let's donate that $300 to Camp Rainbow. That was 41 years ago, and now we donate thousands of dollars to Camp Rainbow and other children's charities throughout Tennessee and parts of Kentucky.
It's a camp here in Clarksville that caters to seriously ill children. As a mother of 3, I can't even imagine having a child that is suffering from such illness and then not being able to let them have a childhood where they go to camp. Thank goodness for Camp Rainbow, because they make it possible for them to be enjoying their childhood.
And if you're interested in more, please check out our website, bikerswhocare.org, and also start planning a trip. I know you guys cover like other states. If you want to come to our toy run, it's the 3rd weekend in September, you pay to get in, $35 to get in. All the beer is free all weekend. We got live music, we got different shows, drag racing, bike shows, the whole 9 yards. Pay to get in. You can camp out, or you can get a hotel room a couple miles down the road. We've been doing this for 41 years. We're not a fly-by-night organization. We pay not only for Camp Rainbow, but other children's charities and people that have handicapped children in our neighborhoods. We build them ramps, we widen their doorways, we build parks for the children in Montgomery County. Please check us out. Come to our toy run, donate, do whatever you can. We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Chris, you see, we're always trying to bring you these good stories about people in our Tennessee area. Thank you so much, because I know you came out to visit us, and then we're on to Kentucky. But we'll be back here. We're going to do a rotation about every 6 weeks. We'll be back out here and hang out with you guys. They got one of the best clubhouses I've seen.
The best clubhouse.
The best clubhouse. All right, this is April Violet, Miss Heels on Wheels from Knoxville, Tennessee. Biker Dad, what you got going on?
Biker Dad, you can follow and get the whole episode. He drops those episodes and they're really, really, really good. And if one of your things is hitting the roads on 2 wheels, well, they've got a lot of fantastic things to do and places to be, including September 17th, they were in Clarksville. And like I said, 1,000 bikers showed up. Everybody had a toy. And so their Christmas drive is already done in one for the books. And if you want to read the story, go to Main Street, Clarksville, and you can find the story right there. Well, inmates in the state of Tennessee, there are all sorts of programs, not only to get jobs and job training, but also to earn degrees.
We're glad to be here today. We're first graduation ceremony here at TCAT Morgan County, first of many. So it's an exciting day for me. It's an exciting day for the prison. We've been a long time getting here, but we're grateful to be here.
And these classes that you're taking, these trades are so needed right now, and the pay is great. So keep your head down and keep working toward that goal, okay?
And I know that that takes a lot of effort. No one is unaware of that you really had to commit time and energy to it and make up your mind to do it and to do something different. So congratulations to you. You should celebrate yourself today. You have enormous opportunities through these certifications. I'm looking forward to the graduation ceremony and to talking to some of you afterwards to hear about your plans for the future.
I am a long-time educator, been in education for a long time, but I could not be more proud than I am to be here with you today for your graduation. This commencement ceremony means a lot. It means that you have spent time doing something that you found passion to do. And so for each of you that are committed to it, I say a hearty congratulations.
There is nothing that I would rather be doing as the governor of Tennessee today than be right here at your graduation. There are opportunities that we can build upon to serve the people that will be living in our communities that are currently living in our prisons and our jails. This is the manifestation of that vision for me. It's why I got emotional when I stood up here. This is why I ran for governor. This is an example of the reason that I left that life and got into this life to try to work together with all of these folks out here to create an environment where you can be successful. Our state wins, and the people of Tennessee win when you win. And I hope that there will be graduation ceremonies like this all across the state. Our state can be an example to America of how it is that you can provide hope and opportunity for men and women that are incarcerated. We need that in this country. We need to have that kind of work going on. And so you should be proud of yourself because your leaders, you're setting an example. Very proud of you, very grateful to be a part of it, and celebrate with you, not just today, but your future as a result of your commitment to today. Thank you very much.
It is my honor as president of TCAT Oneida Huntsville. At this time, you can move your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of Morgan County Correctional today.
To learn more about the Tennessee Department of Correction, visit our website at tn.gov/correction and follow us on social media.
I love stories like that. I love how our state is doing something rather than just locking someone away, but being cognizant of the fact that people can learn and they can graduate and they can get certified in programs that when they get out, they don't have to return to what they left. They can go into literally a new way of life. And I appreciate that. And thank you, Governor Lee, for being a proponent of that. It is our month of recovery, and we celebrate together Brooks Healing Center in Normandy, Tennessee.
Healing from substance abuse can be a lonely journey, but you don't have to do it all on your own. At Brooks Healing Center, you matter. We're here to lend you love, support, and acceptance on your journey to find yourself again. With medical detox, residential, and partial hospitalization program levels of care, we help you overcome addiction, trauma, and adverse childhood experiences through personalized healing journeys. Our seasoned team of heart-centered staff is here for you with support, compassion, and hope. At Brooks Healing Center, we'll love you until you fall in love with everything you are.
That is this weekend, the Nashville Film Festival going on into next week, and it is a huge film festival now. I was there on the first day, the first ribbon cutting for that festival many years ago when it was just a few films out at Fountain Square. I think was it called Fountain Square out at Metro Center? And that's where they had it the first time. And it was just a few films, and now, oh my gosh, it's world known, and it's a really fabulous thing. And I hope you get to be a part of it, whether it's one ticket and one night of shows or whether it's several. The Nashville Film Festival is bringing quality to your door, and we celebrate the arts here in Middle Tennessee. We are the Athens of the South, and we are glad that you join us each and every day. Hopefully, you'll share us wherever you are. We've got some changes. We're moving offices where our studios are. This studio is. And so there's going to be some things happening and maybe some time changes just right in the next couple of weeks, a little growing pains, but I promise you, we're going to be here and keep you posted on all that's going on in Middle Tennessee. But the shows might look a little bit different. Just want to warn you that we might be doing some things a couple of different places. So have a great day. Remember, be safe and be kind. But most of all, remember you are loved.
We are home, we are family, we are things.